Now, children, in the earlier video, we have discussed about some of the basic concepts from the iterative constructs in Java. So, we have read about the what is the concept of looping and what are the segments under it. Okay. Now, over here in this video, we will be discussing one more important difference, that is between the entry control loop and exit control loop. So, the name itself says that entry is controlled in this loop and exit is controlled in this loop. That means what? The condition will be checked for the first time in the entry control loop and at the end in the exit control loop, right? So first we will discuss the entry control loop. The entry control loop is that kind of loop in which the test condition is evaluated before starting of the loop. See, there are many kinds of loop over here. Over here I am just providing you the concept for entry control and exit control. In the coming videos or in the coming classes, you will be able to understand how the different loops will be working. Okay, and the working of it is based on these two concepts, that is entry control and exit control loop. So the entry control loop is such kind of loop in which the test condition is evaluated before starting of the loop. That means what? First the condition will be checked over here. For better explanation, I have provided you a flowchart over here. See a flowchart that I have drawn over here. In this flowchart, what we have done, that first we have initialized the control variable. So once we have initialized the control variable, the next thing to do over here is to check the test condition. This is the flowchart for the entry control loop, and as a definition, I have told you that the test condition is evaluated before the starting of the loop. So once you initialize the control variable, the test condition is checked. Now if this test condition evaluates to false, in that case you will exit out from the loop and the body of the loop will not be executed. And suppose the condition is right over here, or the condition is true. In that case, what will happen? The body of the loop will be executed and update control variable will happen. That means we are updating the value for the control variable. And again this control will be passed to the test condition, where again the condition will be checked. If still the condition is true, again the body of the loop will be executed and again update for the control variable will occur. So in this way the process will go on for the entry control loop. So in general you can say that if the condition, the test condition that we have is right when we are checking the entry of the loop, at the entry of the loop, that kind of loop is known as the entry control loop. Now talking about the exit control loop, in the exit control loop the condition is evaluated at the end of the loop. That means what? First you will be initializing the control variable, then you will be executing the body of the loop and you will be updating the control variable. And after that, at last the condition will be checked. So this condition will be checked for in the end, where if it is false, you will be exit out from the loop. Otherwise what will happen? Again this control will be passed to the over here after the initialized control variable, and again the process will happen. Now see, it is written, since the test condition is checked until the end of the loop, the body of exit control loop is always executed at least once. So that means what? If we are not checking the condition from here on to over here, right? So that means the execution of the loop has occurred for the one time, at least for the one time. Okay, so even if the condition is wrong, in exit control loop the loop will be executed for one time. Okay, so that means that both the looping concepts are different in their different way. Okay, now for talking about the example for the entry control loop and exit control loop. So what is that example? The example for entry control loop is for loop. Example for entry control loop is for loop, And the example of this exit control loop is do while loop. It is in do while loop. See, this do while is not in your syllabus, but you need to know that you have a loop by this name, that is do while. So in this video we have discussed about the different kinds of loop that we have and how the control variables are very important for us in the loop. And then we have discussed about the difference of the entry control loop and exit control loop. If a question comes in the exam where you will be asked with 2 points or 2 major points of difference between the entry control loop and exit control loop. So in one of the differences you will tell the difference, like how the execution will occur. Like in the entry control loop, the condition will be checked first, but in case of exit control loop, the condition will be checked at the end of the loop. The second point is you can provide the examples of the for loop and the do while loop. So that's it in this video. In the next video, we will be starting off with the looping concept of for.